Good morning. So, the human body is very, very resilient. I've seen a lot of people do a lot of bad things, and if you just give the body like a few clean months or a year or so of good choices, it'll bounce back really good. You see people bounce back from things like anorexia or heroin addiction, or people that smoked a long time and then stopped, and then 10 years later their lungs are way, way, way better than they used to be. Like, the body is good at regenerating and hitting its preferred state if you give it a chance and quit doing damaging habits. Anyway, because of the body's resiliency, like, people out there that make a majority of good choices will feel really, really good. Because I know myself personally, like, you watch like a vegan gains video or some of these others, and there's all these videos saying humans weren't meant to eat meat and all kinds of stuff. But like, you watch vegan gains stuff, and it just sounds like you're gonna be like a horrible medical mess if you eat meat. That's what he makes it sound like. And I'm not disputing that some of those studies have some accuracy. I'm just saying that it does seem exaggerated, it does seem amplified, it doesn't seem to match with everyday experience of most people. When I ate meat, I didn't eat a lot of processed sugars and junk food and stuff, and I didn't go to fast food places very much. You can go to like Mana Foods down there and get like the grass-fed beef and have all the fresh caught fish here at the restaurants and stuff. And I felt really, really, really good, just to be honest. I really did. I felt like Superman. I felt great. I didn't feel like somebody who is dying, or someone on the verge of a heart attack or anything. So when I did my switch to veganism, I always heard about people talking about how they had more energy and felt better, and how their head felt clearer and all these things. And when I did the switch, I felt horrible for 3 months, but then I finally turned things around and I felt really good. But I felt really good before, so I didn't feel all these differences like everybody else. Now, I got that food processor I don't know how long ago, but I've been using a lot recently, just making really, really healthy things. I take a ton of fresh fruits and vegetables, and like some healthy grains and oils and fats, and just throw everything in there. And basically I was just trying to make like perfect meals, things that just do my body super, super good. And like I said, you can be a bad vegan, so I'm purposely trying to be really healthy right now and throw all that stuff in there, treat my body good, because I'm 41 now, and I gotta make the most of what I have while I still have it. So the point is that for the first time, I am starting to feel a little bit better than I used to. And I used to feel really good, but my head does feel a little clearer, and my whole body just feels kind of a little cleaner. Like, there's not as much junk in it. I don't feel stronger. I'm not setting new PRs, so I don't have the same story as a lot of people out there, but I do feel good. But the real thing with veganism is we don't really care if there's a difference in the health thing. I mean, if there is, that's a really wonderful, pleasant benefit, because health has always been a super, super huge thing for me. But it could just be the case that eating fresh fruits and vegetables is really, really healthy, and that if you go veganism, it's easier to eat fresh fruits and vegetables. So it could be a correlation thing, as opposed to the actual diet making as big of a difference as people say. I'm not one to say, I haven't studied it thoroughly enough, but regardless of whether it is or isn't true about it being a superior diet health-wise, most of us are vegan because the meat industry is insane. Like, what they're doing to the creatures is really, really cruel. I understand that nature's harsh and that there's a lot of death in nature, and that there's a food chain and some things are on top and some things are on bottom. But the way nature works, everything's out there just living its life. It has a fighting chance. It's harsh, it's a struggle, but at least it's doing what it was created to do. Like the way we do it, everything's pinned in a spot where there's like no room for motion. Motion's super, super important for health, like both mental health and physical health. And everything's crammed together, overpopulated. It's a lot of stress, a lot of sickness and disease, a lot of hormones and stuff to increase growth. And they just catch a lot of things. They get a lot of tumors. It's a bad environment, bad air. And like I said, with the cows and stuff, the things they put into them helps accelerate their growth so that they can harvest them quicker. So what would take like 5 or 6 years takes like a year. And so they have much shorter lives. It's just, there's a lot of unnatural things, a lot of unnecessary cruelty. So it's not the same as stuff out in the wild, living its life and then getting caught by a superior predator that was either really fast or really good at stalking and surprising it and catching it off guard. I mean, it takes effort and stuff out in the wild, and there's a fighting chance, and everything gets to live the way it's supposed to live before finally nature takes it out. So it's not exactly the same the way we go about it. And the other big things are the global effects. I know there's tons of people out there that deny global warming and stuff, but I'm more inclined to believe scientists that study evidence than people that just make up theories because it fits what they want in their life narrative. And the rainforest thing that I've talked about a few times, where people in South America are just struggling to make ends meet. So they tear down rainforests, harvest cattle because they can do really, really good money-wise that way. But then everything only lasts a few years and the soil's no good anymore, and then they have to move on elsewhere and just continue their destruction. So it's really, really good not to contribute to that stuff. You feel better about yourself. That's all. Like your dietary choices, the way you're spending your money, better matches the beliefs you have in your head, at least for a majority of people. There may be people out there that don't care about any of this and are like, screw all you, I'm eating my meat and I could care less about any of this. And that's how some people are. But I think a lot of people do care about things like this. And it's frustrating when sometimes your life choices don't match your beliefs. You kind of feel bad inside. So when you do something like this, you start feeling like, well, at least my actions are matching my beliefs, and it just makes you sleep better at night. It makes you feel better about yourself. So just throwing a few things out there about why I'm vegan and how my experience has been so far. It's been over 9 months already. It's crazy how fast time goes, and I'm feeling really, really good and healthy. And it's just something that I highly recommend to anyone who has similar beliefs and wants to make some kind of positive impact.